Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run. I'm here with Rebekah Broe, and you are with Hoka.
I am. Very excited to be here.
And we're excited to see the shoes that are coming out for 2023. I guess we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff from the spring.
Yes, we're going to dive into spring. We have some amazing new product both on the road and the trail side, as well as some road racing stuff that we're really excited to walk through.
Okay, I'll cover the road stuff. We'll bring Robbe in to cover the trail stuff in just a minute.
Perfect.
So what do you want to start with?
I feel like there is definitely one shoe that everyone's been buzzing about that feels kind of like a natural place to pick things up with.
We like buzzing.
Yeah, we like buzzing too. So I'm going to dive right in with a shoe that I feel like has been talk of the town here. And I have no patience when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Talk of the town.
Talk of the town.
All right. I didn't know there was townies here.
Everyone's a townie in Hokaville. So we're all very excited about the Rocket X2.
Who did we see racing with this in Boston?
Well, we've seen several people racing with this, but we actually had Steph Roos wearing this shoe in Boston, wearing a prototype. We've had Alafine wearing this shoe for a little while now, and we've had just some amazing results from a lot of our Hoka athletes in this product. So it's been one that's been really fun to kind of test and validate with them through the entire product development process.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about this. We're going to go over some of the specifics. It's got a carbon plate.
Yep.
What kind of foam are we working with?
We are working with PIBA, top and bottom layer. So we are in the super foam game here at Hoka. I'm very excited to have a slightly softer durometer in terms of the top bed, a little bit firmer on the bottom bed just so you have a nice stable chassis underfoot.
I love chassis.
Chassis is great. And we have a full-length carbon fiber plate that is nice and swooped, so you get that kind of dramatic feeling here. And then it actually has a slight articulation in terms of the toe. So you get just a little bit more dexterity at the big toe, so not too rigid.
We're talking a little technical. When you say slight dexterity in the toe, what are we talking about?
So we're really looking at having a little groove kind of notched out of the plate right at the end of the forefoot so that your first met can actually have a tiny bit more motion. Not totally locked in with the fourth and fifth met.
So it can wiggle a little bit.
It can wiggle a little bit.
All right, cool. And what does this shoe weigh?
So we're looking at about 8.3 ounces for a men's size 10 here and about 6.7 ounces for a women's 8.
And when will people be able to pick this up?
March 2023.
March 2023. What races are going on around then?
There are a couple.
Yeah, isn't there a big one in Boston?
There's a big one in Boston.
So now you don't just have to watch Steph Roos, you can actually wear this one this year.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So what else do we got?
So we have amazing shoe in terms of racing product here, but definitely doesn't mean that we're not upping our game on the training side as well. Little shoe called the Clifton that I think people here are familiar with and understand.
I would call that at this point, it's like the legacy shoe from Hoka. It's like your legend.
It's the legacy shoe for sure, and it's certainly one that complements our shoes on the racing side really well. Top to bottom update with the Clifton 9 coming out for us here. This is going to be a 215 launch, and we've really kind of overhauled this workhorse in our line, just really looking at amping up the softness here a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, we never want to go like too loosey-goosey in terms of performance for such a workhorse shoe like this. But really just looking at increasing the softness a little bit. We have a new midsole compound that's also going to be a little bit more resilient than the predecessor.
Is it still EVA based or is it something new?
Still EVA based here, but feel really good about the longevity of ride in this updated EVA on the Clifton.
You know, one thing we didn't cover in the Rocket, and we're allowed to go back because we can do whatever we want, but we didn't say the price for the Rocket.
$250 on the Rocket X2.
All right, cool. And maybe you did and I wasn't paying attention, but now I know. All right, so back to Clifton 9. You got a new foam build-up, softer ride, little more like cush recovery day shoe, or does it still have pep?
It still has pep. So I think all those ingredients that someone who used a Clifton to use for a range of runs is still going to love that in the Clifton 9. You can still move faster in the shoe, for sure. We did a couple things here just to update the outsole experience as well. So we looked at just increasing the coverage medially a little bit in terms of rubber for some enhanced durability. And then when we go kind of forward in the shoe, just making sure that we feel really good about the placement of those flex grooves so you have enough snap without getting too kind of wild in terms of the underfoot experience. Slightly wider in the midfoot nets as well. So just kind of making sure that we have some nice inherent stability here.
Anything new with the upper?
Yeah, whole new upper. So we have a really beautiful krill jacquard mesh here.
Ooh, krill jacquard.
Krill jacquard.
Like
fancy schmancy. But gives us a really nice mix of a really great soft hand feel here, great breathability, reflective detailing in both the forefoot and the heel, and just feels a nice, buttery, kind of plush, soft experience you want for a workhorse daily training shoe.
So when are we getting our hands on the Clifton?
2/15 is
All right.
Clifton.
That's
so
February.
Soon,
That's like
soon.
real soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2/15. Robbie's head just went, what? Yeah, it's right around the corner. Anyway, so this shoe is like just a classic. Hoping people dig this update.
Yeah.
We're excited to get it on our feet. And how much does it weigh?
So we are under 9 ounces on the men's side here, and one of the reasons we're pretty psyched about that is we actually increased the stack height by 2 mil
What's the
compared
stack
to the
height now?
predecessor. So you actually have 2 mil more in stack height now, so we're around 35, 30-ish on this setup.
Still 4 millimeter drop?
Yep, we're right in that ballpark. So not messing around with the last and the general fit and formula that's worked so well on the Clifton 9, but increasing that softness through the added stack height and the new foam compound.
All right, and what's the price tag?
$145.
$145.
Yeah.
All right. It's right in there.
Yep.
It's in the mix. All right.
In the mix.
Let's see what else you got.
Okay. I feel like we've covered off on the big ones on the roadside.
Is this a new Clifton?
Well, this is the new Challenger.
Oh, we'll wait till Robbie gets on.
Yeah, you're trying to steal
Look
his
at that pretty
thunder.
color, though. All right. Throw that one off. All right. Are we got other road shoes to cover that you want to go over?
Those are our big ones on the roadside.
All right.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 big road ones coming up.
Rincon.
Yeah. Where's the Rincon?
Amazing colors in the Rincon. Amazing colors
So
in the
Rincon 3 is still Rincon 3.
Rincon 3
just
is
new
still
palette.
Rincon 3. You got it.
All right.
Come on.
Where's the hidden room? Like, is there a hidden Hoka room where you're showing stuff to people?
We always have tricks up our sleeves, but sometimes you got to keep the audience wanting a little bit more.
All right, we're dressed in black. We'll be jumping back there sooner or later. So, Robbie, why don't you hop in and you can cover some of the trail shoes?
All right,
Ready.
let's cover some trail stuff with Hoka. I'm excited. I see cool colors, I get excited. I don't know. I don't even care what it. Yeah,
I do too. Our color team knocks it out of the park.
I
every
have
year.
to say, they really do. So let's get into it. What are you excited about for this year, for 2023?
So we just talked about some amazing updates on the roadside with the Clifton 9.
Okay,
I personally am super stoked about how that comes to life with the Challenger 7.
Tell me more.
Because we have a lot of the same awesome sauce we loaded into that Clifton 9 coming to life in the Challenger update here.
So we got a max stack cushion trail shoe. All right.
On the Clifton, we talked a little bit about the new midsole compound that we're using there.
Yeah.
That's a little bit softer, a little bit higher resiliency.
Yep.
Same thing comes to life in the Challenger update. And then we've also applied that same formula of adding 2 mil of stack height. So just getting a little bit softer and more cushioned on the side.
And so then what do we got for stack height in this? Off the top of your head?
Zach Paris,
Just throw a number out there.
our PLM over here,
All right.
sleeping on the job.
It's all right. It's all right. it's a lot of cushion. We'll say that.
Yeah, 3126-ish for your midsole and outsole.
Okay,
combo.
that
Yep.
works. And then, so what other changes do we have here from the past version of the
So
Challenger?
it's a top to bottom update. So we did a lot of work in terms of looking at the outsole setup here. So this franchise in general is one that we want to make sure has some great crossover appeal from road to different trail environments.
Yeah.
So we really did a lot of work just to slightly refine some of the lug placement to make sure it was still smooth on the road and had really nice, great transition underfoot, but just enough kind of bite and lugginess so that when you transition onto a crust limestone, a little single track here and there, that you have everything that you need.
And so what compound do we have here on the outsole?
So we have a nice solid rubber here that's just going to get the job done.
Not Vibram?
Not Vibram.
Okay, just
Correct.
checking.
Yep.
So, and what separates this, say, from a shoe like the Mafate Speed or something like that?
Yeah, so we're actually lower in terms of stack heights here, and then one of the big things we want to highlight with the Challenger franchise is that kind of crossover use on road and trail. So the Mafate is super gnarly trail beast, really focused on those off-road environments.
For sure.
A little bit more flexibility in terms of end use on something like the Challenger.
Okay, cool. And then when does this come out?
We have the first colors launching in December, and then we have a Gore-Tex version coming in February.
All right.
Yeah.
I love a Gore-Tex version.
So do we.
And price on that?
$145.
Okay,
here.
and I'm assuming Gore-Tex like 165?
Yep, 160.
160,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Cool, all right, let's keep moving.
Let's keep doing it. So we also talked on the road side about an exciting update on race.
Yep.
We have an exciting race update on the trail
Okay, this is very exciting
here.
for me, so let's do this.
Yeah, the Tecton. So Tecton has been one for us that we've had so much fun working with our trail athletes like Jim Walmsley on.
Yeah.
And this is something we see pop up at races like UTMB. We know athletes love this for that underfoot setup.
I mean, I gotta say, honest opinion right here, this is my favorite Hoka shoe of last year. Not just for trails, but for roads.
Yeah.
I actually think it's a great road shoe.
Yeah.
I have to say.
It is, and I mean, honestly, the ProFly X setup, it just feels so good underfoot. So we have 2 layers of foam utilizing some SCF compounds here.
Yep.
And then the really dynamic thing here that I think helps energize it and bring it to life is that parallel carbon fiber plate setup.
Yeah, like the dual suspension system.
Dual suspensions almost. So you have those 2 plates that can work independently, which gives it so much life on the trail and just allows for a really great feeling of dexterity when you're out those in those varied environments.
For sure.
So awesome underfoot experience here in that Tecton X underfoot. And then when we look at the upper, this is where we're getting a majority of the weight savings and the new excitement for this update. So we have gone to a matrix upper material here, which gives us amazing strength to weight ratio in terms of how we're providing that structure and support for the trail environment. And then it's also super durable. So you're going to feel absolutely locked down. You don't have any extra weight or anything that you don't need for that trail.
So let me check this. So one of the issues I had with the original Tecton X, and it looks like you might have solved that, was that there was a little bit of bunching, a little bit of extra fabric here in the forefoot. Maybe ran a little long. And it seems like you kind of solved some problems with that maybe.
Yeah, happy to say some refinements to the dynamic U-throat here have really helped.
Yeah.
And we feel really good about how that external reinforcement is really going to complement the matrix for a really nice sleek fit. So hopefully if anyone did have an issue with the fit issue in a previous Tecton, we've gotten it really dialed in version 2 for you.
And now, so is the midsole remain the same as the original version?
Yes.
Okay, which is cool because that's awesome. When does this come out?
So we're also looking at April.
Okay.
For the shoe here.
That's exciting because the original Tecton only came out last January, right? Of this year. So that's
last
basically
year.
a year in between.
Yeah.
So supply chain doesn't seem to mess things up too much on that one. All right, that's good. 225?
225 on this one. We work in so many different seasons at once on the product team. Sometimes numbers just all merge together in my head.
I get it. Yeah. I'm surprised you're handling it this well. So far, so good. All right, we have one more shoe to go. Let's see if you can hold it together.
All right, we'll see. Home stretch here. So this is a different one for us, and we can't really call this a trail shoe. We're actually really calling this more of a commuter shoe.
I like this.
So we have kind of a little bit of a new franchise for us with the launch of the Transport. The Transport.
This is sweet.
I like
this.
The idea here behind the Transport is really celebrating that commuter culture. So you have so many people now who are walking to work, they're spending so much time on their feet trying to get from A to B. And we wanted to be able to provide a solution there that had some great performance benefits built into it, some great sustainability elements as well, but also just had styling that was really cool for that commuter appeal.
Yeah, it's like the commuter, instead of wearing the Clifton or Bondi, we can go with a little more, something that's a little more useful. Got some Vibram Mega. Is it Vibram Mega? What's the outsole?
This is actually a Vibram no oil.
Oh, no oil.
So looking at some great sustainability components through Vibram here from an outsole perspective.
Very cool.
In terms of the tooling, we actually have a 30% sugarcane EVA underfoot here, so good cushioning, but then also a really nice component there of sustainability. In the upper, we're working with a Cordura material, and the Cordura is actually going to have some great moisture wicking properties in the vamp. So let's say you're commuting, the weather's a little bit less than ideal. You're going to have just enough protection here and some great styling to get you to the office, to get you to do your next shoe review.
Okay, I love this because we are commuters, so that's a very good, cool thing. Do a lot of walking, cycling, things like that. So, and I like this lacing system. So you got a little cinch cord here.
Yep, we got this sweet little kind of bungee system for lacing, so easy on, easy off, and then we have some great details of reflectivity here. So again, amping up the safety details for those commuters. You have reflective details all over the place.
So is this something that can transition from run commute to shorter runs, walking, whatever, just anything in between?
You absolutely could. The focus here is certainly on that urban commuter style, but if you find yourself in a pinch and you're late for the bus, absolutely give it a run.
All right, I'm interested. And when does this come out then?
So we're looking at February for the Transport, 140. Numbers.
You almost made it.
I was so
it was the
close.
last one. All right. Well, you made a valiant attempt. So it's 145. Quite the difference.
140 on that.
Yeah, or 140.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's exciting. Anything else we need to cover today?
I think we're really psyched. I would highlight
4.
the Rincon 4. It will be coming.
All right. We can't get any. We'll do a deep dive into our investigative reporting here live from the running event and get our best detectives on the case. We'll report back later after we we need to do a party tonight and just get all the details. Thank you, and excited to see what's coming for the rest of 2023. But this is very awesome. So thanks for walking us through everything.
You got it. Thanks.